What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to my channel. This video is going to be about the MOJOTONE British 800. I'm going to go through the process of building this amp right here. This is already the completed product. I ordered the whole kit, including the cab. The cab is not here because it takes a little bit longer to build and ship. But I hope you like it, and I'll see you on the other side. So right here, I'm making all the connections on the turrets that are gonna be underneath everything. I number all the turrets so I can, makes it easy to put the components where they need to go. Right there are the diodes for the input voltage rectifier, and then that's the negative for the bias. Right there, that's the bias area. And I started soldering all the components to match the picture as much as I could. I was testing it before I put a resistor. I would make sure it was the correct measurement. It took me about maybe 2 hours to complete the assembly of the turret board. I made a few mistakes, but I caught it once I was done. So right here, I put the grommets in. I'm working with the power transformer, twisting all the wires that I need. I used the multimeter to identify each wire and which one was what, just to make sure everything was gonna be where it needs to go. And this is the output transformer. It's pretty easy to put on. I was working on the sockets now. Nothing major here. Filled the capacitors. This took me probably another hour to get all those components on. Just put the pots in. Right here, I'm gonna work, I think, on the bus bar. I got a little bit of sandpaper. I turned on my soldering iron there. Then I'm gonna sand the back of the pots so the solder can stick to them. I'm gonna speed this up. I'm measuring the ground bus wire. I'm gonna solder it into the back of the pots. I'm pre-tinning the back of the pots with some solder. There it goes. pretty good. Yeah, those are the standoffs for the turret board. Yeah, so over here I'm working on the power area, the power switch and the standby switch. That red wire, the two red wires, is where the main power for the amp comes from. And the power switch just cuts the AC from the wall to the transformer. Yep, making sure on the diagram I'm connecting all the cables correctly. I can do follow directions. We continue building soldering cables, like it's a lot of stuff. It looks simple, but it takes a minute. I'm using the diagram. Even using the diagram, I forgot a few pieces when I was finally done. 3 things that I forgot. One resistor, a cable, and a bridge between turrets. It took me a while to troubleshoot, but I got it done. Yeah, so it looks like I'm a little bit all over the place. Right there, I'm working on the input jack, then I go back to the other side. I'm just going as I go, I guess, since there's no real instructions. On the output tube sockets, putting the grid resistor, now I'm working on the heater coils. Yeah, that's as pretty as I can get it, I guess. It does the job. I also forgot to cut that grounding wire there. I did it at the end, but those are the output transformer wires for the speakers, the impedance selector. So there you go. It's going kind of fast. What else am I doing here? I'm connecting all the wires to the pots where they belong. It was a little difficult. I didn't want to have extra long wires, so I tried to cut them to size, and sometimes I did it too short, so I had to redo it. But I think I did an okay job. So now I'm working on the other side of the board. I did the first 2 tubes already. And since there wasn't a step-by-step instructions, I kind of did it the way I felt. And maybe that's why I missed some stuff at the end, but okay, I think I'm all done. Now I'm gonna power it up without tubes and check some voltages. I need to put the fuse, high tension fuse. So right here, I realized that I was missing a component. One of the three things that I was missing, but I'll catch the other ones later. So I'm trying to fix it. Speeding it up so it doesn't take too long, this video. I had some issues before I did this. I did a review of everything and I was missing this bridge over here. Let me use this. This bridge over here was missing and this resistor. And also I was missing, I think it's the plate voltage for the B plus was missing. I think I got everything the way it's supposed to be, and now we're gonna do some testing. I'm gonna use the StuMac guide because MOJOTONE doesn't have a guide, and see how this says to test. So we're gonna power it up and watch for smoke. Everything is off. It's plugged in. Power on. I got a light. I don't hear anything, and I don't have tubes in it or anything. Just trying to see if anything is smoking or shorted. Everything seems to be good. Let me take it off standby. Before I do that, let me check the voltage on the heater coils. We should have around 6.3 volts. Let me put this over here so you can see it. So checking VA or V1. V1A, sorry. And this is AC voltage, so I gotta put it on AC. I got 6.7. 6.7. Looks like everything's good. 6.7. 6.7. And they all check out. So the heater voltage is there. Let's see. We're gonna check the B plus. All right, so we're gonna go to DC. So right here, I'm testing the voltages for the B plus in the different parts. On the capacitor, there's two capacitors up there at the front, getting 479, I think it was. Checking the voltage, the plate voltage on the output tubes. Then B plus on the board. This is the 10K resistors. Then the voltage for the preamp tubes. It looked good to me, so so everything checked out. All the parts that were missing are on the board. And the reason I say when I was missing some parts, and every time I turn on the standby switch to on, it will make a loud hum sound. That's why I was saying I don't hear anything, because there's no speaker connected. So, but if it's not correct, you will hear a 60 cycle hum or something like that. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience, and I'm not an expert, so I'm just tinkering. So I just installed the 12AX7s, and now I'm installing the EL34s, MOJOTONE EL34s. Make sure I line them up correctly before sticking them in. I've put EL34s wrong before. Even though they have a notch, you can still push them in. It's not fun. It will destroy your tube. Okay, so right now we're gonna attempt to bias the tubes. I added some 1 ohm resistors to the cathode of the output tubes. So this right here is the cathode, and this is the 1 ohm resistor underneath this heat shield. This the heat shrink wrap, and it's going to ground. And then on this side also, can't see it because it's underneath, but I got another 1 ohm resistor down there. That's how I'm gonna measure milliamps, so I can calculate the plate dissipation. And I went online and looked for this chart. Where's the EL34? It's right there. So I use this chart. I'll measure the plate voltage, and then I want to get it to close to 70%, which is max. You don't want to go past that because it'll shorten the lifespan of your tubes. There are many videos out there on YouTube and showing you how to do this. I just following what I saw online. There's some in right here. Set up my multimeter for DC voltage. Power it up. Get the leads. Make sure volume's all the way down. Make sure you have a load on your either a dummy load or your speaker connected to it. And I'm gonna put this on ground. First, I'm gonna measure the plate voltage. Should be pin 3. Check it out, standby. Plate voltage looks like it's 400 volts. It's pretty low. So let's see how many milliamps we got here. 65. That's a lot. So let's put it down. I'm gonna use a non-conductive part of a zip tie. Gonna bring it down. So 40, let's see, 39. When you adjust that, I think the plate voltage also changes. Let me see. So now I'm 429, 41. So for 70% at 425 is 41 milliamps. And I have 39. I think that's pretty good. Let me check the other side. Plate voltage should be the same. 429. And then 39 millivolts. Yeah, I think that's good. So this tube amp is biased to the best of my abilities. So I think it's pretty close. All right. Okay, we're gonna do a sound test. All right, we're gonna do a sound test with the finished product. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in my house, but there's kids and everybody else upstairs. But the sound test is the finalized MOJOTONE amp right there. It's gonna go to a Harley Benton attenuator to keep the noise levels down. And then I got a 4x12 Marshall with Celestion D12 speakers, I think there are. I'm not too sure. And It's going through a pop mic into my computer, and I have it on the Go XLR and EQ it in the way. I'm not a sound professional either, and I'm just a tinkerer. That's all I do. So let's see what it sounds like. Let's start with the clean sound. So presence is halfway, bass halfway, middle, everything is halfway. I'm gonna bring preamp halfway. Let's see. I'm just playing random chords. So that's the clean sound. Let's go to the high gain sound. So I'm gonna bring everything to 0. Preamp, I'm gonna leave it at 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna bring the presence up first. Now let's see the bass. Back to 0. Now the middle, all the way up. Back to 0. The treble, all the way up. They do pretty good. I mean, I'm just gonna put everything halfway now. Halfway. Master volume halfway, preamp halfway, everything. Now let's bring the preamp all the way up. Max distortion. Let's bring some more treble to more aggressiveness there. I'm not a good guitar player. Let's bring the middle all the way up, treble a little bit back, get some crunch. Let's bring the presence a little bit up, less bass, and a little bit more treble. Master volume to 6. it sounds pretty good. It has a little bit of a hum, but let's turn this off. I think it's pretty good. So there you have it. That's the MOJOTONE British style 800 amp, based on the 2204 circuit, 50 watts, and yeah, you can pick it up at mojotone.com. And by the way, I'm not sponsored, and obviously I'm not sponsored. This is my first video and I'm just having fun. I hope you like it, and I'm gonna make another video modifying this amp, and I'm gonna increase the gain without adding any more tubes. And yeah, so if you want to see that, it'll be my next video. Just stick around, and maybe when I put out my other video, if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do so, and when I put out my other video, you'll see it. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace.